Hey, YouTube. Something a little different this time. This falls under the unboxing category because it's kind of an unboxing, kind of an introduction to a new thing I've discovered, I guess, a number of months ago, probably back in April, maybe even earlier than that, maybe March. I don't remember, but it's been a number of months now, and I kept hearing about it. I kept seeing ads for it on like Facebook and stuff. And anytime I tried a new shopping channel through Facebook, even if it was legit or not, I just never found the stuff I wanted. And if I did, the prices weren't anything to write home about. So this website and app that I found advertised on Facebook, I took a little swing around it when I first downloaded it, looked at what they had to offer and stuff, and found a whole bunch of stuff, but wasn't sure, how long it took to ship, if it was legit, yada yada. And so I finally decided to give it a whirl a number of months back, and since then it took a couple months, but I started getting stuff coming in, regularly. And the website slash app slash company slash shopping channel that I'm talking about is AliExpress. What I'm going to do is just take you through kind of this first kind of batch of purchases I've made. I've ordered a few things for my wife, a few things for my son, a bunch of stuff for me, and most of it you're going to see here. Some of them you're not, because they're Transformers that I'm going to have in my regular Transformers unboxing. Some of them are a little more naughty in nature, let's say, and I don't want to put them on here for that reason, but most of the stuff you're going to see here, and it's a whole variance of things. And so far I've only had a couple bad things happen. Not necessarily that they're bad, but sometimes when you order something on AliExpress, it may not be in stock, but they'll still have it advertised as being for sale. So you'll buy it and you'll wait forever for them to ship it, and then eventually they'll just refund you saying, sorry, we didn't have it in stock, or it's a warehouse problem or whatever. But it's not like they try and keep your money or anything. It's just, the sellers have a certain amount of time after you purchase the item in order to ship it. So if they don't ship it within that given time frame, they just refund you. So it's all very easy and legit. And I actually was supposed to have something show up in the recent past, late last week or early this week, and it still hasn't shown up. And it's been forever. It's an old item that I ordered, so there's only been one item so far that hasn't shown up. So and it was only $3 anyway. So I'm gonna have to try and get a refund on that. But otherwise, for the most part, 99% everything's been good and great, and pretty good prices too. So let's have a look at what this first batch of stuff entails, and yeah, we'll get right on that. So let's start off with the very first batch of stuff I ordered, which all amounted to about $19 in total, I believe. So, and excuse me for shoddy camera work if it ends up being shoddy, but I'm very, very amateur, as you may know by now. First up, a set of kind of like model paint sort of thing. I think they technically call it like for a dollhouse kind of miniature sort of thing, and then I got these paintbrushes, which are like, I don't know if you can see it there, they're really fine, because I found as I was painting on my canvases, when I wanted to do like black outlines around things and stuff, I had to use a regular brush, and I could get a little too fat, I could get marks outside, so I wanted something almost like a pencil or something like that, or a marker. And those brushes, I've only used them a couple times since I got them, but they work fantastic. And the other thing that I got the paints and the brushes for, was to do some miniatures, which I haven't done yet, because now that I have a job again, I have no time. But these are some sort of, I don't know what, land of the lost, but they all come in these little bags, and as you can see, they're all gray parts. They're kind of like little mechs and stuff like that, as you can see the pictures on there. So these little mech suits, mech robot things that you can paint and then put together. And yeah, so all three of those things for $19 shipped from China. Like I said, the only thing that can be a problem is the shipping can take a while. So it is what it is, sort of thing. The next thing I did was, now that I'm out of school that I have an actual key for to get in, I thought I'd get a cool keychain. And this is the one I decided on, kind of like a Pirelli race car tire. So a lot of the things I bought first time around were all really small and cheap and inexpensive, sort of thing, just to test the site out and see how they kind of did, Next up, I've gotten into Pokemon a little bit lately. I still don't know a lot about it, so I'm very much a rookie. But I purchased some cards, which haven't arrived yet. But I got this cool little album to put them in once they do arrive. It's got Pikachu on the front. And I think it fits a couple hundred cards or 100 cards or something like that. So I thought that was kind of cool. And they're really cheap too, $6 or something like that. And then I also bought a horde of Pokemon miniature toys. I don't know how many are in here, but it's a lot. I think it's 144 pieces or something like that. And it was about $29. And this is all including the shipping from China sort of thing. So a whole box of Pokemon. Next, I got into some rings. I'm not really a ring guy, but these were kind of cool. And I haven't worn them really yet. But they're all Star Wars rings. I don't know if you can see that. That's the, not the First Order, the opposite. Christ, what do they call it? The Resistance. That's kind of their emblem there on this black ring. So I thought that was kind of cool. Then this one, I'm not sure if you can see this one, but it's got Star Destroyers, the Death Star, a bunch of TIE Fighters, Millennium Falcons, some X-Wings and stuff like that, all in kind of it's a silver ring with kind of like gray relief that the ships and stuff are in. And then this one is another silver one with some kind of black relief, and it's kind of a Tatooine thing. There's the Twin Suns there, Jabba's Palace, Sandcrawler, and stuff like that. So I just thought they were kind of neat, and they were only a couple bucks each, like I said, so it's kind of a no-brainer, right? Next up, this one was kind of a trick. You know, I'm into my Transformers and stuff, and Computron, or the, what are they called? The Compubots? No, what the hell are they called? The Technobots, who formed Computron. The Autobots came later in the series. It looked like they had the toy for really cheap, but I should have read the listing better, because what it was just their 5 character cards, you know, like I get when I open my Transformers, and they come with the instructions, the character card, the character, the accessories and stuff. All it was the 5 or the 6 goddamn cards, not the actual toy. So, lesson from me, read the listing carefully. Make sure you're ordering what you think you're ordering. That one was kind of a rude awakening, but then when I went back and looked at it afterwards, I was like, oh, idiot, right? So that is what that is. Next up, let's go to some stuff I ordered for my wife. This is kind of cool. It's a bracelet that's like the solar system, all the different planets there, and then some like Starfield sort of things. So I thought that was kind of cool, and it was only a few bucks too, so that was really cheap. She loves Dirty Dancing, so I got her, Kellerman's, where they stay at that resort or whatever. It's kind of a, kind of like the key to the room sort of thing, a keychain. Come have the time of your life. Thought that was kind of neat. I haven't given this stuff to her yet, so I should before she watches this. Not that she watches my videos. And then the other thing she really loves is Grease. So I got her a Pink Ladies coat. Not to actually wear, just as kind of a novelty, Pink Ladies on the back sort of thing. Not the greatest of quality, but it was really cheap, and it's just kind of a joke, right? So it was just kind of like, oh yeah, I'll get that. And then all these other things that I got her are kind of cool little novelties from her favorite thing. The thing that was supposed to order or arrive last week or early this week is actually related to another one of her favorite movies, but I'm not going to mention it because it hasn't. I'm still banking that it might get here. So next up, this is actually a bathing suit for my wife, but good luck to me if I'm ever going to get her to wear it. Now, this isn't to wear out in public, because basically you can see everything right through everything, and it's tiny, but a little something for homeware, just for fun, shits and giggles. So yeah, it's not going to happen. Next up, we will go to some stuff I got for my son. Just a couple items so far. After watching The Mandalorian, they had a whole bunch of different Grogu's. He's only $3-4, and they got a number of them. They got him here holding the little knob on the pilot stick, whatever it is, eating that little frog animal, and a bunch of other stuff too. So really cool items. I also got him a pretty cool Optimus Prime. Not as big as the ones I collect, not as advanced, but still a really cool likeness of Prime. And I'm not going to transform him for you because I didn't do it, he did, and it looked pretty complicated. And I do enough of this in my life as it is, right? So Optimus Prime and his blaster. And it also came with some bonus Transformers stickers. So that's cool. So that's it for him for now. I think I have some other stuff ordered for him, but next up, Takara Tomy, the company that does the Masterpiece Transformers characters, apparently they also reproduce original Game Boy games. So I found these, and they're anywhere between $2 and $6 each or something like that. So I just ordered a whole shitload of them for Game Boy Color. A few of the different original versions of the Pokemon game. A couple of Donkey Kong games for the original Game Boy or the Color or whatever system it was on. Super Mario Land 2, Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror, and a Duke Nukem game as well. So really cheap games that I thought I'd never really get my hands on because, you know, Pokemon, they're so popular. They'd probably be a arm and a leg to buy used, the actual original cartridges. So these knockoffs are, you know, pretty fantastic, right? Next up, I'm a massive fan of Predator, so I bought myself a Predator. And he's terrifying. And fantastic. Holding the skull and the spine there. Oh my god. And then it comes with some other accoutrements. We got a skull in there, a blast thing, the little blaster that goes on his shoulder, whatever the hell that thing is. We got another faceplate for his helmet, and then a whole other head with the mask actually on. And then, oops, it also comes with two different hands. You know when he's kind of standing there and Arnie and he's got his hands kind of splayed out and he's trying to terrorize him? I think that's kind of what that pose is for those hands sort of thing. So I saw that one and I couldn't resist. I just had to get it. So I think that is almost it. There's only two things left. And these two are probably two of my most favorite things that I've ordered so far, and they're related to each other. The first one I got was this 1974, I think, Porsche 911 124 scale die-cast, produced by a brand called Welly, which I'd never heard of. They sound British actually, but trunk pops up. There's the motor. It comes with this little tool. I was like, what the hell is this? It actually opens the doors because the door handles are so thin and fragile sort of thing. So I saw this and I fell in love and had to have it. And then the other one is actually one of its counterparts. Probably my very first favorite car as a kid. The Porsche 959. I loved this car as a kid. It's not my favorite anymore, but it's still one of my favorites of all time. And I just had to have it too. And it was so sharp in the red. There's the motor. And again, came with the little doodad to get the doors open. And there's the inside. Even the dash has got some, you know, colored detail and stuff like that. So for pretty small, you know, 124 scale die-cast cars, they came in good shape and are really neat looking versions of those cars. So there you have my first batch of stuff on AliExpress. Like I said, there was some other stuff that I can't show on here. Some stuff that didn't make it because it was refunded, and one that hasn't showed up yet. And I do have a couple other things on their way, like I said, the Pokemon cards and a couple of other things. So, but I thought, you know, this was a good point to kind of lay things down. I didn't want this video to take too long. And if you haven't ordered on AliExpress yet, I would highly recommend getting it because there's tons of stuff on there, and like I said, lots of it is cheap. It can take a while to get to you. The odd time it shows up really quick, but most of the time you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting. The other option you'll have is that you can order this, like the Predator. You can order this toy in its box, or you can order it out of the box, so it's packaged smaller and it costs less to ship, sort of thing. So you get a bit of a discount if they take it out of the box and ship it, wrap it up and ship it, which in some cases is okay. What could I use for an example? When I did the two Decepticon jets, Thrust and Ramjet, Thrust was actually an AliExpress purchase, and he came with no box, but he was packaged up really well, really tight, really protected. He showed up, he was okay. The Predator, in order to ship him, take him out of the box and package him as tight as possible, they took his legs off and stuff like that, and I couldn't get them in right. So his leg is a little wonky. I don't know if you could tell in that, but it's off a little. It's not sitting right. And when I tried to get the legs on, I took the waist off, and I couldn't get the waist back in properly, so I had to glue it. So really think about it when you choose to do box or no box. Weigh how important the item is to you. If it's something that you really want and you want it to be perfect, I would just say get it in the box. If it's something that's a little more fragile than something else, maybe get it in the box. And then also weigh the difference in cost between the two. Sometimes it's only a few bucks, so it might be more worth it just to get it in the box because you're not going to save that much to ship it without. So I would just be careful there. Make an informed decision before you finalize the purchase, based on kind of your wants and needs and expectations and stuff. But otherwise, the website seems really responsible in terms of making sure you get your stuff, helping if you don't get your stuff. It's really cheap for the most part, and they've got a ton of shit on there. So I highly recommend. And I'm sure over the course of the next number of months, I'll get some more stuff, and you'll see me once again. I'll be back. Wait, that's not Predator.